Yo, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Smokey O Drift, and today I'm gonna be explaining everything you need to know about the wheel on carxstreet. No matter if you're on a Logitech, a Thrustmaster, or a direct drive wheel, you most likely can learn something from this video, so definitely stick around to the end. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so on my force feedback inside the game, I play on a 0.75. But on my software, I play at 5 Newton meters, and I also play at a 900 rotation. Okay, boom. So for the people that are not on direct drive wheels, if you played like a set of Corsa, then I know you have like the wheel check thing, and you know you downloaded the LUT file. Now the LUT file will not work in this game, but the other things that you did to the wheel, like the the wheel check thing and all that other stuff for the Logitech or your Thrustmaster, that step helped you out for this game. So the people that are on Logitechs and that are on Thrustmasters, if you're having a problem staying stable, or you're having a problem of when you go to transition you over rotate, or it's snappy, it like rotates really quick and you can't stop it, I know how to fix that. Alright, what you need to do is turn your caster down. You need to have your caster down and your Ackerman down. Maybe your Ackerman needs to be a little higher, but majority of the time we need to run a lower Ackerman so the car can be stable. Alright, also depending on the car, depending on how good it is, some cars are better than others. Some cars you have to work a little harder to keep her stable. Most heavier cars feel better on the wheel. Most lighter cars feel harder on the wheel. We all know on the wheel we need force feedback. We need the weight to propel the vehicle. So without that weight, without us really feeling too much weight on the wheel, we won't be able to drive. And for the ones that don't know, yes, you need force feedback. You need, and I don't mean about 30 or 20%. That's not enough to actually feel the vehicle on the wheel. Without feeling the wheel won't propel itself. And that's what you really need, a lot of self-steer to be able to drift. So if you watch my wheel at the top right, you'll see it spin around by itself, and I just guide it with one of my hands. So if I'm not getting enough self-steer, I would turn my caster up. But if I'm oversteering, or it's really snappy, I would turn the caster down. Try to remember that, because that's going to be the fate of most of the vehicles on the wheel. Without changing that, it might be tough. Now the car that I'm currently driving is a controller tune, a strictly controller tune, and it feels phenomenal on the wheel. This Crown tune is so good. But now, depending on your wheel, depending on how it feels, depending on if you need to turn up the caster or turn it down. Now if you're on a direct drive wheel, it's still the same thing. The caster and the Ackerman matters, but what matters the most is the tuning that you do in your software settings. So your Moser hub or your Fanatec control center, things like that. So you need to change things to see what works better, because for me personally, I have two different profiles. I have one for Assetto and I have one for CarX. So the one that I have for CarX, I'm gonna give you guys in a different video. For the people that are on Fanatec and for the people that are on Moser, might be able to learn something from it. But I'm definitely gonna try to get you guys the settings out there to see if it'll help anyone. Another thing that's really important is that you want to make sure you're playing on 900 degrees wheel rotation. You do not want to practice bad habits when it comes to driving. And if you're just starting off, please pay attention to how my hands are placed on the wheel. Make sure you're not crossing your hands when you're drifting and you're letting the wheel rotate, or you're going up to try to help it spin. If you're on like a Logitech or a Thrustmaster, you're not getting enough feedback. Just try to make sure you're not crossing your hands. It's very important. will also notice that I do not have a handbrake or shifter. So you do not need one to drift, but I will say you need a clutch. You need to be able to clutch kick, because that's going to be able to get you sideways or help you do a lot of different things. Backies, 360s, whatever the case may be. So definitely keep that in mind. Make sure that you're also using your left foot brake. That's going to be the best tool to be able to really get close to somebody in tandem with them. Another thing I noticed was that you really always need the purple suspension arms, the ultimate. You really need those when it comes to the wheel, because you need the most angle that you can get, or you just need to be the most stable. I'm not saying you need stabilizers, but some cars you might see me have them on, or even the dampers. The dampers really help to the wheel. It kind of dampers that knock-in feel that you get in the wheel. So even when you don't tune the dampers, it's really nice to have dampers just on the car if you're on the wheel. So my Logitech guys, don't forget, so you're gonna need to be changing your sensitivity and things like that. You need to be testing those things and to try to make the game feel better to that wheel, okay? But before you do that, like if you already play a set of Corsa and you already have it all set up, take a picture with your phone or something, or a screenshot your desktop. That way you can have a picture of basically your first profile, and on the next profile, that's going to be the one that you use for CarXstreet. So definitely experiment with it, because this all is going to be trial and error until you get the right settings. Same thing that I did. Now I really hope all of this information that I try to jam pack really help you guys out in some way, shape, or form. Let me know in the comment section if anything that I said helps you out get closer to the goal of drifting or catching doors in CarXstreet. I know it could be a lot to take in all at once, but definitely just come back to the video, refresh yourself, or pull up into the live streams, ask me any question about the wheel, and I'll try to get you guys settled. I'm gonna leave you guys off with some clips. I hope you enjoy the content. Until the next one, stay blessed, stay dangerous, and stay drifty. Peace!